Watching the Daniel Fridley YouTube channel. What's going on? I'm Daniel Fridley. I'm from Ontario, California, and we're gonna do a little build breakdown on the Baja Bug. It's a 1963 VW Bug. I've had the car since I was about 21-ish. About 10 years ago I got the car. Used to be my daily driver, going to work, back and forth. It was originally a street car, so I'd started a street car build and kind of let it sit for a while I was building the Nissan that I have. We'll do a breakdown on that car at some point too. After I built that car, I decided to go the off-road route. A bunch of my friends begged me to do it for the longest time, but it just wasn't something that I was into at the time, so.
Yeah, this thing's super cool. What front kit's on it?
A front kit's a Nichols Fab kit. He's based out of Arizona. I've watched a couple videos on a couple other cars, like Evan's car. Seems to have the kit pretty figured out, so
Gotcha.
it just seemed like the right way to go rather than the beam setup. Even though beam cars are cool, but front shocks are 2.0 10s.
Okay.
Evan did all the shocks on it, the front and the rear. He revalved them and put new springs in them, so we're working on that little by little.
I see you got an electric steering rack right here.
Yeah, the rack itself isn't electric, but it's running a latest Rage steering rack, and then as far as the electric power steering, it's out of a Toyota Prius.
Gotcha.
So any of you guys looking for electric power steering, that's a fairly cheap option for you guys out there. I think I only paid about 100 and 120 bucks. And it came with everything. Headlights for now are just KC carbon pods. I stole these thing off of OfferUp, dude. I got them for 20 bucks.
Yeah, you don't see those no more.
So the light situation on the car has kind of been a mix of KCs and Baja Designs. I feel like they're kind of the go-to as far as off-road stuff goes. So
Gotcha. And then you got some turn signals, or are those running lights? What are those?
Those are turn signals. I bought a Razor kit. It's got front and rear turn signals and a horn. Check out the horn. So you got some things on it to keep it kind of street legal. So.
What wheels are those?
Wheels are BTRs.
With Jamar hubs?
They've got a nickname, Better Than Robbie's.
Gotcha.
That's just jokes. 35-inch tensors on a 4-inch wide wheel, so they got the little round Baja Bug look. Mirror brackets are actually from some guy I found on, I want to say Marketplace, but I think CarTech stocks them too.
That's pretty cool. You kept full glass in the car.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal for me to have full glass in it. I wanted the OG wing vents in it just for airflow and kind of the old school vibe of the car. Door glass and everything. It's nice to be able to close the car up when you're out in the desert and it's windy or dusty or
cold.
It's freezing cold outside. So.
And you have the seat heaters in these?
Yeah, I've got seat warmers in it. Little Amazon
nice.
special on those. Rear shocks are off XP 1000. Same as the front shocks. Evan tuned those rear ones and resprung them too. So
Gotcha. What rear arms are those?
Rear arms are US made MP arms. So my buddy Jesse hooked me up with the inner pivots, the outers, and the arms. Along with all the axles and all the stuff like that too.
What travel numbers are you looking at?
The front's got 19 inches and the rear's got about 11 or 12. The rear fenders are actually off of my street car. They were 3-inch wider fiberglass fenders for a stock Bug, and I took them and chopped them down. I was going to go with a couple other brands that sell them regularly, but I knew I was going to have to chop too much out of them, and they're going to get cut down to something small like this anyways.
And you got Willwoods front and rear?
I got J-Moore in the front and Willwoods in the rear.
Oh, nice.
So the Willwoods in the rear are big 4-piston. Motor setup's out of a 2003 Honda Odyssey. It was one of those JDM motor spots. I picked it up. It was like $1,100 and had my buddy Jared build the custom 6-to-1 for it.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty rowdy.
Yeah, those headers are real nice.
I've been chasing radiator problems with it since I built the car. I had kind of a funky 2 radiator setup that sat in here, and it just didn't work. The radiators are too small, and all the lines and everything I had running they didn't work. So.
And this is all your work right here?
Yeah. When I switched the radiator setup, I went with this just because it seems a little more common as far as Volkswagen stuff goes. So I picked up this radiator and then built the sheet metal, I guess, scoop thing for it. And it's kind of a cover to clean it up so the radiator's not just hanging out on the back window. We're running a stock harness from the Honda Odyssey. It's been pinned out to be a standalone, so it kind of just runs the motor, and then it's got a separate harness to run all the chassis stuff. As far as the switch panel and everything goes, my buddy Keanu did it.
Gotcha.
So I've got a lot of hands-on with a lot of different friends. Skid plate's all 1/4-inch 6061 aluminum. Right now it's a 002 bus trans. It's a 68, so supposedly it's the bad year to run. It'll probably blow up at some point, but until I can afford to build a nice 091 trans. Axles are, one's from Ampy and one's from Pacific Customs right now. I was at a King of the Hammers for about 10 days, and it was the first trip on the car, and I ended up breaking an axle. So Pacific Customs came through and got some axles to me pretty quick. Axles are 930 CVs. I definitely want to do some kind of custom paint work in it. I've got a thing for making things look a little different and kind of putting like my own touch on it, and try to keep it different from like the average car out there. The dash is from CarTech, and then the carbon panel over it, I just picked some stuff up from one of my buddies and laid it over it just to clean it up. But I'd like to wrap it at some point and maybe do some kind of suede or do the door panels, do the dashboard at least. Probably paint the rest of the interior. Originally I had floor mount pedals. They were Willwood set up too, but I just didn't have enough room in there for master cylinders and everything, so I had to go with the hanging set.
This is your blinker setup, huh?
Yeah. Amazon.
Nice.
That's a solid Amazon find right there. It comes with the blinkers and the horns. It's got hazards in it and things like that. The dash, the center screen is GG Lighting reverse camera. It's got front and rear. Here's the front camera mount right here. And the rear one I've got right above the radiator. That's the setup that Keanu did for me, so that controls all the inside stuff and all the lights. So gauge setup is on an Android tablet. I went this route just to keep the dashboard pretty clean, but it's got I think it's an OBD MX link that plugs into the OBD 2 port, and then it just transfers everything straight to the screen. The bottom radio is in-car, person to person, so you can talk to the passenger. It plays radio, you can Bluetooth to it. And then this upper one is rugged. It goes car to car, so you can communicate with all your buddies on the trail. Headsets are Rugged Radios headsets. They're the Alpha Base full carbon. They're pretty comfortable, and they come in pretty clean. So I don't know if I really want to put a full system in the car. This kind of does enough for me. NRG seats were another marketplace find. This car's been kind of built all off of budgeting stuff and trying to keep it fairly cheap, but just spend the money where it's needed.
Is this some of your metalwork back here?
Yeah, this is the first job that I actually did aluminum work to this extent. It was quite a long process to get it to this point, but I'm happy with how it came out. I've got a little page that I run that does aluminum stuff too, so this is kind of just a part of what that is too. The fuel cell was, I think it was just a shell when I got it, and then I chopped about 1 foot out of it and had Jared, my same buddy that built the headers, he welded the whole bottom into it. So it's got a little saddle to clear the shift linkage in it.
Gotcha. And this filler tube, how do you fill it up?
Filler tube, we pull this little thing out. It'll release the hinge on it, and it gives a little more room so you can get in here and fill it.
Yeah.
Didn't really want to put it up on the roof like a lot of other cars do, just because I don't really care for the look, and this kind of keeps it a lot cleaner looking. The whole car's built out of 1.5" 120 wall DOM, That's everything on the car. It's probably been built for about 3-4 months now. I'm still chasing problems with it. My first event was King of the Hammers with it. I did 10 days out there and had a ton of problems with it, but was still able to do some of the rides and whatever. So I spent all of 2024 from about Christmas to King of the Hammers the next year to get the car to where it's at right now. It was kind of a 1-year process on start to finish as far as the build goes. The car's not completely done. It needs transmission at some point. It's going to get paint. I still want to get some desert miles on it and try to figure out like some of the bugs with it.
What engine management are you running on the car?
It's got a pinned out. Redo that shit. Mom.
Damn.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
You said it was a budget build. How much do you think you have in this car?
I don't want to talk about that, honestly.
Lower the wife's ears?
Yeah. I kept this car, like I said, just because I like the older style of it. It's got smaller windows in it. I just like that body style. Oh, poop in the back?
My bad. I thought it was a sneeze. Get fart, dog.